Welcome to Everything Carleton County with me, your host, Tanika. And today I'm hanging out with
Aaron Bouma.
Aaron Bouma, who is the owner of the Carleton County Military Museum. What was the reason why you started this?
Well, I mean, my passion for military history had started way back in middle school, even through elementary, and all through high school, and I've always been building like the military models from scratch, like you see up there, and then you see behind me.
Yeah.
From 2010 onward, I mean, even my friend David Allward, who was premier at the time, said, "Aaron, you got to start a museum." And I said, "You know what? You're absolutely right." And it's always been a dream of mine. And I said, finally, you started this whole project. The construction started in 2021,
right?
And it continued throughout. And then we put concrete down and me and my brother started building the frame and putting the frames up.
Right.
And so we completed it. I got it done and the opening date was November 4th, 2023. So collecting different artifacts and different units, especially with the museum. I've been really trying to work on specifically units in Carleton County and New Brunswick and then beyond.
Right.
So, and I've been collecting for so many years, and then I've gotten so many donations. You wouldn't believe the amount of donations I've gotten: uniforms, helmets, and everything. And everything is a work in progress. So everything local and beyond, it's 100% authentic. Like, I mean, we've got these are all artifacts of the First and Second World War. There's actually there's not a lot of, I would say, reproduction stuff.
Okay.
There's a few, but more of those. I've got some reproductions that, are German Second World War and stuff. But most of this stuff is authentic, and especially when it comes to locally uniformed and used stuff from our local veterans, right?
So would you say you're the only one who's doing this in Carleton County or all of New Brunswick?
Well, Carleton County, I have, so being military historian for Carleton County, I'm known and respected for doing this and then building the models, doing this work and cataloging all this data and displaying it in this museum. And I've been doing it this year. Well, it's been open for nearly 2 years. I know maybe, a few collectors of a few things here and there, but this is the only
official. This is
the only official military museum in Carleton County for sure.
Were you involved in the military any at all?
So I have been involved with the military for numerous years on different units, like from 89th Battery in Woodstock and onward. Even though I'm a civilian, I was not allowed to serve in the military due to having autism and then OCD.
Oh, okay.
So with that, I've had to do it in other ways. I mean, building different models for different units, like in Gagetown to abroad, like armored vehicles. So I've been able to do that, and then putting on and doing presentations for the schools, like for local history. I'm pretty much the only person that does all this stuff, and then is a full-time, full head, Right. This here is pretty much the longest, the biggest and the longest aspect of a project I've ever built.
Right.
I mean, because this has been my vision, my dream, but it was not done without help from numerous friends, numerous donations. I fundraised, like anybody that would donate, that would get their names would burned onto this board here or onto the building. You donate $100 or more, and a lot of people supported me. And without that support from the community, this would not be where it is today. That is 100% fact. I mean, without my brother helping me, without my family, without the community, and without my friends and contractors, Heritage Construction.
Looks like Aaron's doing his shout outs right now. Go on.
Yes,
go ahead,
absolutely. Scott Carpentry, and all of them, those guys, and everybody in between, like, oh my gosh, like, my buddy Trevor, my friends in numerous places abroad. And that means all the way from Gagetown, all the way from here. And that's including Bill Hogan, Richard Bragdon, and many veterans that have helped me. And that's from anybody from Kirkshaw to Oh my gosh, my friends, Al Cameron, to my friends.
Oh, wow. So many.
Abroad in Canada and abroad. I mean, the Woodstock Legion has always been a great help for me and supportive. And they
community works helps to make dreams work.
Yes, community work makes the dream work. It really does.
Exactly. There's a lot of seniors in and around Carleton County, and they must really appreciate this very much, as well as the students, right? We'll talk a little bit more about that after.
We're going to
be going for a tour. Aaron's going to bring us around to show us some artifacts and different things.
Absolutely.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm absolutely ready. This is great.
Okay.
Because what we're going to show here is everything Carleton County based and beyond. So of some of our history.
Yes. Let's go, Aaron.
All right. Awesome.
Take it away. What do we got here?
How you doing, guys? So what we're going to start out with here is some of the pre-First World War, like militia units and militia badges. We have everything here from pre-First World War. Say we got cap badges and everything. York Regiment to the Carleton Light Infantry. That is a helmet badge. That's what we call. It's a big badge that goes over the old pith helmets that we used to have, and that one there. That's our Carleton Light Infantry back in the 1900s era.
Right.
And then this one actually here below it is 71st York. So that's like around Fredericton to Nakawick. And that is from 1869 onward. And you got stuff here that is from pre and then post First World War. Right. A lot of this stuff here, these guys that were in these units went into what we'd call expeditionary forces. So they would be going into other units called Canadian Expeditionary Forces, or CEF, and they'd be deployed in these new units and shipped over to France.
Oh, wow.
So the 1st Canadian contingents, like you've got, oh my gosh, you got the 12th Battalion, you've got the, and then you've got units. So from here, a lot of these guys, that's the Brighton. We used to have a unit called the Brighton Engineers. And out of Brighton, New Brunswick, and they were B Company of the Carleton Light Infantry, and they were some of the first militia members that were engineers. So first reserve engineer units in Canada, like they were some of the first members. And so the first field company was an offshoot of the Carleton Light Infantry, and a lot of them went over into different units and were deployed overseas. We have people like, and then all Carleton County names, like my friend Miles Diamond, his great grandfather, I think it was, served in the Brighton Engineers.
Oh, wow.
And they were, and then we have the Carleton Light Infantry. A lot of these guys went over First World War. And on that ship here, you can see one of the ships. That's the ship that the 26th Battalion went over in early 1915 in part of the first contingent. Of soldiers that went over. This is more stuff from in pictures of the 26th Battalion, Canadian Expeditionary Forces. The famed 26th, they're pretty much the most famous Canadian Expeditionary Force in New Brunswick of the First World War. They went all through from Passchendaele, the Somme, Passchendaele, and through Vimy Ridge, and then through part of the 2nd Canadian Division. These here you got the 104th Battalion's another one, the 55th. These guys are all Carleton County based.
Oh, wow.
So a lot of these guys came from Heartland, Centerville, Florence, Bristol, Woodstock, and some of them were from the Carleton Light Infantry. And when they were deployed, they were in one of these units. And so some of these units only lasted for 2 years, and then they went amalgamated into another unit. If they've lost a numerous amount of men, or it depends. This one, we painted it. This is a Mark I Brody helmet. We repainted it so that it has the divisional patches of the 26th Battalion. And so that is a First World War helmet.
It is, wow.
And
it's made out of...
Oh, it's made out of like steel. Like it's
yeah, makes sense. Anything falls.
Yeah, and it's very light. Like, I mean, these here, this is the same thing here. That's actually has a liner in it. Whereas a lot of them, like the liners would rot out of them. And then... it's quite something.
Yeah, it's kind of light there.
Oh yeah. These are some of the tanks I build from scratch. With having autism, I build everything looking at pictures. So I carved them out piece by piece and put them together, but just by looking at pictures.
That is amazing.
So that's a Mark IV, First World War. I've got things, this section here is a bit of all the German First World War section.
Okay.
Like these are First World War and British and Canadian, and then that's all German. This is a, you know the gun that's in front of the courthouse, or up in Woodstock?
Yep.
Near our monument.
Oh, yes, I do. Yeah.
So that's called the FK-96, and that had a 15-pound shell, and this is the casing that comes with them. So this is what's ejected out of what they call the breech.
Right.
And that's ejected backwards. And that's a lot of comes out smoking, and this brass. That's German from 1917. Whoa. And that's a model of that one up there. Okay. And there is some new stuff I even just got this week. And it's like, and it's chronologued, I put it in like a chronological order, and then these are built from scratch. That's a Model 2, Model 2 1917 wow. Smith & Wesson revolver.
Smith & Wesson. I only heard about that in the movies.
Yes, that's all out of wood. Now that's
you made that?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, it doesn't shoot. Don't worry. It's a lot of these like they were revolvers. And then the Americans they came out with the 1911 pistol, which is revolutionary. Right. A 45 caliber 7-shot pistol, and was really, really cool. I mean, and then this is a model of a Lewis gun. This is one of the world's first light machine guns. That is the world's first light machine guns. Gun, that is. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, the world's first light machine guns. These would fire roughly about 400 to 500 rounds a minute. Have a 45 or 47 round drum. Oh, wow. It'd fit on it, and then
just to ask you this question, just
sure.
In light of Hurricane Melissa, that has happened in Jamaica, the big hurricane. So my question is, what role does the military play in when there's a hurricane or disaster like that? What role do they play?
A big role, because when the Canadian military, when they're tasked, like say if our government offers assistance and the Jamaican government accepts it, the Canadian Armed Forces will go down and they will bring in supplies. They will assist in medical activities to try to help assist with medical, triage units for injured people. Okay. They will assist in basically relief efforts, bringing in food and water supplies, clean water, repairs to damaged facilities, evacuate people that are stranded, all kinds of different things. If you look at the aspect of military, the relief efforts, like you look at like the wildfires, they've assisted in that. They have firefighters that are active military. And they specialize in putting out, they going in and trying to help, Department of Natural Resources and those efforts to try to stop major brush fires. And
it's good to know.
And we have a bigger problem with that everywhere now than
the fires, right?
Yeah. Especially out west, especially even Manitoba, and now here, because the last couple of years have been incredibly dry and hot.
Right.
So
they help out in many various ways.
It's not just war, but war is the main mission is defense of the country, of the Commonwealth, and us being part of the Commonwealth, we are we're derived from the British Empire, so a lot of our thinking and our drill and mindset is from them historically. Yeah, these are so that's an 18-pounder British. A howitzer shell. That's I believe it's a fragmentation shell.
For a bullet?
Bullet. Yep. Artillery. So big howitzer. Yeah, just like the casing there. Wow. That is actually not the casing. That's actually the bullets. And this is, I believe this is a German one. Oh my
gosh.
Yeah. And then I'll go to here. These are. You look at these, this is a bayonet, what they would have for our standard rifle after for most of the war from 1916 onward was the Lee Enfield.
Okay.
And this has got a lot of grease on it, but this is what they call a sword bayonet that fits under the end of the rifle. It's what we call, it's a Wilkinson 1907 bayonet. So you can, the reticle is there so you can see through.
Oh, okay,
and shoot.
the top.
Yeah. And this fits under the end of the barrel. So if they say fix bayonets, you fix your bayonets and then, yep.
Okay.
And that's from a Lee Enfield number 3 Mark 1.
Wow.
Number 1 Mark 3. I get the names mixed. Jeez, I get the names mixed up. It's like
so many.
I know there's so many names. Yeah. Like, and then this here, is the 55th Battalion. That's more guys from Woodstock and Carleton County.
Right.
And then these guys are artillery.
Okay.
So the 65th Depot Battery, they're from Woodstock.
Okay.
And JD, you can see down there, Winslow. John Douglas Winslow, which is what the Armories is named after in Woodstock.
Oh, yeah.
He was part of that. He actually helped train those guys. And he was in the First World War as an artillery officer, and then also went into Russia to assist with the expeditionary forces there to try to help the Tsarist regime help push back the Bolsheviks, which have evidently failed.
Okay.
Right, overall.
Right.
So, and that was the creation of the Soviet Union.
Yes.
After the First World War. And so here you have like another helmet. My neighbor's grandfather, Wetmore. He was part of, and that's what we call here. This helmet is what we call a raw edge.
Raw edge.
Brody helmet, Mark 1.
Yeah.
That is. He was from the 236th New Brunswick Kilties, what they call, which is so it's a New Brunswick Scottish regiment,
right?
And it's so the New Brunswick Kilties they were called, and they were part of the 4th Division, I think. So I've got different things here.
Yeah.
Deactivated grenades.
Oh gosh.
This is a Mills bomb. That's number 5. Or it's a number 5.
If you didn't know what a grenade looks like up close, this is what it looks like.
This is a number 36 Mark 1, and that's what we call a Mills bomb grenade. British and Canadian. These would be what we'd call a standard of the First World War and Second World War. They were a pineapple grenade, and they'd have a shaped charge inside.
It looks like a pineapple, yeah.
Just the charge inside.
Yeah.
And then the pineapple, these would rip apart, and oh
wow.
They kill over like a 20, at least somewhere in a 20-foot radius, give or take.
Okay.
And they would they'd be caked in grease, and then you have to prime them and everything, and put them together, and then get them ready. And then So these are German First World War helmets, what they call Stillhelm. Okay. That's Austro-Hungarian. These are German. So anyway, those are just more stuff. The Carleton Light Infantry and the York Regiment amalgamated in 36 to create what they call the Carleton York Regiment. Okay. And they were serving in Sicily and Italy when they landed on before D-Day. They were what they call, and of course, the North Shore Regiment, which you see here. Ooh. In the Second World War. This is all Second World War. Okay. That is, and then this is too. Okay. And these guys landed on D-Day. Okay. With the 3rd Canadian Division.
D-Day stands for?
That D-Day is what the major landing on Juno Beach and Omaha and Utah and the landings in France. So that was D-Day. All right. And that was the landing to penetrate through the German Atlantic Wall. Okay. And that was to begin to push the Nazis back. Okay. And the Russians were doing that on the other side, of course. Okay. And, a lot of the 1st Canadian Division crew, they didn't land on D-Day. They were in Sicily and then in Italy. And then during the D-Day landings, they were called the D-Day Dodgers because they weren't able. They dodged D-Day. They were already deployed, and they would
D-Day Dodgers.
Yes, and a lot of them were like they went. Their next deployment after that was going into Antwerp and the Battle of the Scheldt, so from Belgium into Holland. Oh, okay. And the 1st Canadian Division landed in Holland with the 1st Canadian Army.
Okay.
So the Carleton York Regiment was with them. And this is a uniform, a tunic of the Carleton York. These here are Air Force tunics of the Second World War. And then that's a British airborne tunic.
Okay.
My Dutch grandparents were liberated in Holland during World War II. And they, during that, what they call the Hunger Winter, they literally, my Dutch grandfather was because he was a cattle farmer. He was, they were literally ripping, people were stealing turnips or potatoes like off of his wagon because people were starving. And they survived the war. Canada liberated Holland. The Germans were trying to starve them out. Why? Because of the partisan fighting in Holland. So the SS officer, they cut food down to 500 calories a day or less. So the Second World War has so many avenues. A lot of our people that were over there, like you look at the history of the New Brunswick Rangers, I've got some there. The artillery, a lot of 89th Battery was over in Sicily and Italy as part of the first light anti-aircraft, anti-aircraft, Royal Canadian Artillery. And I've got different pieces that I have not been able to fully display yet. And then I have trunks and trunks and trunks of more stuff.
Right.
It's like,
where do you have space to hold it all?
Oh, I know. I have to rotate right now, but then I'm also working on trying to expand. So. Right.
So it's when you talk about expanding.
Yeah.
Do you have any special requests for anybody who might be watching?
Well, I'm always looking for stuff that's New Brunswick and Woodstock based. Like I'm looking for stuff that's Carleton Light Infantry, but also looking for stuff that's New Brunswick based, and then Maritimes based. And then I'm looking to expand. I need to expand back that way. But then that expansion, I'm hoping will take it will probably take another 2 years. It's going to take longer than what I had thought, but that's okay. And I'm working on a lot of things because we're the only military museum in Carleton County.
Right.
We are expanding, and it's great. And and I've got a lot of help from many veterans, many different groups, and support from Anavets too. I want to give a shout out to the Anavets too because they're a good group of people.
Awesome.
Certainly. Getting different things such as that's a parachute, right? That's a World War II Canadian parachute.
Oh, wow.
And that's a Lenin, it's stamped 1943. And it's, so I've got different items from different eras. And that is one big piece I've got. Through here, just mind the, sorry, I've got a lot of stuff everywhere. I got Japanese helmets.
Okay.
I've got German. This is the Wehrmacht. German World War II display. Yes. So, Nazi armbands. Oh my gosh. So these are actually remakes. These here, I think these are from maybe a German rail car. Not the eagle with the swastika and as a standard. And this is a Folsom Jagger helmet. German paratrooper.
Okay.
Helmet.
Paratrooper.
And then we've got that's the Wehrmacht gas mask, and then canteens. And that's a model MG42 I built. That's a Flak 120 German round.
Right. This was their water bottle back in the day.
That was a Japanese World War II water bottle. Yeah, that's a what they call canteen.
Canteen.
Okay. Yeah. And some more British stuff there, which I'm going to reorganize. And then, I've got World War II bayonets there. I've got, I've got different things. So a lot of here is more of the access.
Right.
Powers.
Yes.
Gosh. German Polizei cap badge. German police forces. Your standard police. Everything was Nazified, right?
It was,
in Germany. And then.
Yeah.
And before we close out, there's a lot more to see and everything.
Yeah, of course. We'd be here for much longer. We talked about everything.
This is some of my families here. And so this section all back there is all Cold War.
Okay.
So after Nazi Germany was defeated and, the two major powers, the Soviet Union and the United States, were at odds, right? Germany was divided. Canada, we were in West Germany and tried to assist with keeping the peace in West Germany, and alongside the British in the British sector, and then the French, and then you have the Americans, and then the other side you have the Russians. And my grandfather was 32 years Air Force and Navy, so that's actually my uncle's. Ken Kimball's. He was Royal Canadian Air Force. My grandfather was Air Force and Navy, but he also was working with the Army as well. Okay, right. He was on the Maggie, that's my mom painted that one. That's the Magnificent.
Oh wow, it's beautiful.
And then that's the Maggie there. So my uncle served on the Bonaventure, and this is when we had aircraft carriers. Okay. We had 3 aircraft carriers, the Maggie, the Bonnie, and the Warrior, and they after the end of the war, we had these 3, and then we decommissioned them and sold them for scrap and it was they went into razor blades or something.
You have an outfit right here in front of you with the hat and the yes. Can you tell us about that?
This is actually it was a gift from a good friend of mine, Tony. This is actually I believe it's he said it was a 1970s ceremonial dress, and it's I'll tell you, it looks almost older than that, but yes, it is the ceremonial dress tunics that we have in it. So he's got
and they would wear this when?
They wear this during you say special dinners and special occasions. Now
I know you have a big tank to show us that's outside.
Yes,
but before we go there, when you're not busy doing this, and what are you doing?
When I'm not busy doing this, and then that's just something I'm working on here, building military models from scratch. And I go out in the community, go talk to people, go out, see some people, socialize. I'm an autism advocate too. So
my nephew was autistic.
Really?
He was, yeah.
Autism. I'm proudly autistic, and I'm a strong autism advocate. So I've done a lot of stuff, including help lead the creation of the National Autism Strategy, which was a federal government project with the Canadian Association for Health Sciences, and that was in 2020 to 2022. And then I've been worked on numerous other autism projects over the years, and it's everything is I'm a busy guy. I mean, I'm active in the Legion. I'm active in a lot of different events, and then I'm active at the gym. I train. I do kung fu. And I also do neighborhood watch out here too.
Okay, so cool.
Yeah.
So how can for those that are interested in coming for a tour, how can they connect with you to bring their classroom or?
So you can contact me, Aaron Bouma 29@gmail.com.
Okay, we'll put that here on the screen.
Yeah. Or you can contact me via Facebook at the Carleton County Military Museum on Facebook, or just me, Aaron Bouma, right on Facebook. So yeah, I'm easy to get a hold of.
We're gonna go outside. We're gonna put our jackets on right now.
Yes.
And head outdoors. Is there a light out there, Aaron?
There is the light will go on.
Okay.
And what happens? There's motion lights and.
Okay, so we're gonna head outside and take a look at a huge missile.
So this is the biggest piece that I have, and I'm trying to get some other bigger pieces too. So it's a work in progress, right? The museum's expanding. So this is the piece that I got from the town of Woodstock in 2015.
Right.
Used to be in Connell Park. It's it's an M2 anti-aircraft gun. It's an American design, built 1942. It's an anti-tank and anti-aircraft. The M2 90mm anti-aircraft gun, and it is so 90mm, and the casing is that long. I have a casing inside, and this would shoot to 30,000 feet. It's designed as an anti-tank gun or anti-aircraft.
Wow.
This is basically the American version of the German 88. The Germans had the 88, which was one of the worst and most feared German weapons, which was artillery, anti-aircraft, anti-tank, and it was a very feared weapon. Right. This is the American version of it. We use these for anti-aircraft, like our artillery units did. Yeah. In the early Cold War era, and these were fitted with early radars.
Right.
So this would be used as in some of the defense of St. John or defense of different areas. Right. I'm not sure. I'm still looking for the paper trail of this gun.
Right.
Not sure whether it went overseas or not. But this gun was built in 1942.
Okay.
And it's an American gun, but it's we use them, and the Americans use them. Of course, it's an American gun. They had the M1, which is only anti-aircraft. The M2, this is what this one is here. Mm-hmm. And then there's the M3, which is has a different variety. And it would come, actually, it's a towed gun. So it used to be able to be towed by a big, either a Dodge truck or like a transport truck.
Right.
And so it's towed artillery. Massive. And then, yeah.
All right. Well, we just want to thank you so much, Aaron, for this wonderful opportunity to come here and learn more about the history of Carleton County and the military. I think it's honorable that you're doing this and giving Carleton County another heritage building to come and take a look at.
Absolutely. And I want to give another shout out to my friends, which I forgot to. I want to give a shout out to my friends at the Carleton Historical Society.
Okay.
Because they gave me a lot of stuff as well, this artifacts, because they were upgrading and downsizing. They needed to, and they gave me a ton of stuff, and I wanted to give them a great shout out because they've been a big help to me.
Right.
And they're an awesome group, and it's like I try to remember everybody, and it's like,
yeah,
Carleton Historical Society has been awesome as well. John Thompson and and them. So
okay, great. Yeah. Thank you again, Aaron, and thank you all for watching, and we will see you.
Well, thank you so much, and we will hopefully see you guys again sometime.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Aaron, we wish you and your museum all the best. Well, this is Everything Carleton County, and we'll see you next time.